can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Take my hand, and we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Decently long, but this game just feels as though it's just gonna be.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us.
If they try something, I'll see it.
Finally, back out in the field. What would you all do without me?
No, Rossi makes entrance.
So there's a chance, but with Rossi getting that kick off, the side has been completely taken over. Their skills and Rossi keep them together, and that triple peak just takes house, and Global Esports take the match.
Coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not going to give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
These cowards aren't ready for me.
With the Guardian, he's going to find the pick up a Terminator.
Let your senses come alive.
Exactly where he is. Hey, asked Peak before, pressing it again.
They're scared. I don't need cameras to see that.
For a victim, Hellfighter,
You can't catch us.
he is going to be looking. Antidote with the death.
Watch them run.
But there it is. The spray. 1-for-1 trade. Might get the shot kill on right to Ace. 1v2 situation might be over. And there it is. Amaterasu seals the deal for Velocity Gaming as they make it over to the quarterfinals. Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. We have AFK Gaming as our media partner. We're back with the second half, and this time it is going to be the upper bracket finals. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster, and joining me today is aggressive caster and analyst. How are you feeling, aggressive? It's been a long journey. Can you believe we're in the TEC Challenger Series 5, and it's the upper bracket finals?
It seems like all good things need to come to an end. I do believe this is our last series, and we do have a treat coming out for you, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Velocity versus Global Esports. Can you ask for a better matchup than this, Oppo?
All right, yeah, I am super hyped up for it. Let's head over into the map veto screen. We'll talk a little bit about the history between Velocity Gaming and Global Esports. So right there for map number 1, we're gonna have Bind, and map 2 is Ascent, and we will have Split in map 3. Unfortunate, we're not gonna see any Icebox, but hey, the grand finals is going to be tomorrow, I believe, and we're gonna have a ball of a time. So map 1, Bind. What do you think we can expect here, aggressive?
In the map of Bind, one of the most staple compositions is going to be that Raze and the Jet coming out for both of these teams. And I do believe that this is the composition that on the side of VLT will, of course, employ. But here we're seeing Antidote with his usual casual CA bait. We all love this. We all know this, and CA is probably just mauling in chat in the background. But Antidote is actually going in for a stage. The spicy picks are coming out for the side
Oh
of
my goodness.
VLT. And Excali is actually shifting towards the Jet instead of his usual Raze. It seems that all of the spicy plays are coming out from the side of VLT every single time. First, this was the triple duelist. Now it's this. They're going to be catching GE completely off guard, but never mind. It was the Raze, but still, that would not have been the most different factor. But at the same time, we see a Sage being one of those agents that we rarely ever see. And we do know for a fact that Antidote, he's going to be playing Sage as a duelist.
Oh my goodness, that was a pleasant surprise. Now, Velocity Gaming, they got to bring out all of the strategies that they have to go up against Global Esports. GE, they have been doing so well. In fact, both these teams have not lost a single game, and that is why they're still in the upper bracket in the finals. Now, if we were to, just look back at the past, I do remember in the TEC Challenger Series 2, in the upper bracket finals, Global Esports and Velocity Gaming, that was where they met each other. And that was the first time Velocity Gaming lost Esports, and that forced VLT into the lower bracket, where they had to climb all the way back up into the grand finals. They faced off with GE again, and VLT, they took the champion spot in the Challenger Series 2. So now, this is the last installment. We're on Series 5. And, it could go either way here. Velocity Gaming, Global Esports. Let's see who's going to end up in the decider bracket, while the other team will go straight over into the grand finals.
This is going to be very interesting to see, and I don't really know who I should give the ball to in this situation. Because we have not seen a Sage composition come out whatsoever. And this Sage composition now coming out, especially on the map of Bind, a map where Sage has a lot of wall boosts, but at the same time, it's going to be pretty difficult to pull off as well, unless you can execute with your team properly. Now, the question is, will Antidote play a very standard Sage and just go in for the boost peaks, or not really the boost peaks, just hold off angles with the wall, or really go in much more of the proactive play, setting up Excali, or setting himself up, to go in for a lot of the wall boost kills? This is going to be really interesting, because this is the level of dynamic play that we've not really seen coming out of any other team other than Velocity. And GE, they're playing the much more standard composition with the Breach, with the Jet, going in for the solo duelist. So it's about trying something new, trying something different, and now doing something that is absolutely out of the ordinary, absolutely out of the books. I don't know who to give it to, Oppo. It seems that both of these teams may just be evenly matched. And I'm not giving VLT a disadvantage, because we know their track record. They can pull anything off.
You know, the compositions are very different. And looking at the fact that Antidote did pick Sage, I mean, the last time we saw Sage and we were thoroughly impressed by it was by a player called Mind, and he did fairly well on it. Now, Antidote, he was on that Sage in the earlier tournaments of this whole Challenger series, the Series 1, Series 2, we kind of saw Antidote on that stage, but he's kind of, put it in the back seat. But now bring it up, I'm going to keep my eyes on Antidote to see if he's going to be able to pull off Sage with its maximum capability. He's got to use those barriers, how he's going to utilize all the abilities and the resurrections. They can come in pretty handy. And when the stakes are so high, when the competition is so close, every little thing matters. So those resurrections, they should come in handy. But nonetheless, it is a double sentinel setup with a single controller, an initiator, and we do see Excali on that. Ray is a very comfortable pick for him. Now, let's take a little bit of a look at Global Esports. 2 initiators, 1 controller, 1 sentinel, and 1 duelist. I think, the fact that we see the double initiator, we might think like, hey, they are actually a very aggressive team. I do believe that on the attacking side, Global Esports might have the edge. Now, it's all up to them with this synergy and to be able to predict what VLT will be doing up against them. Now, we're going to see Hellfire just spamming away at the pistol. He's going to find a headshot onto Skills. Now, GE not in too good of a position, but they seemed very determined to continue this push in showers and A short.
Oh my goodness. Hellfighter, he was able to thread that needle down perfectly. He gets that kill on lightning fast with his own lightning fast reflexes, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's gonna be a disadvantaged side for the side of GE. And with this wall just completely blocking off the angle of showers, Hellranger, he's not gonna be having a fun time. But Rossi is slowly making his way forward. But beautiful placement of the traps to try and take it all the way. It's gonna be Rossi though getting that kill onto Matarasu. He goes in for the side peeks and the side jiggles. He gets a headshot onto Hellfire as well. And he's bringing it back for the side of GE. But at the same time, Antidote chimes in with his own shot. He's gonna be able to do a lot of damage to the side of Global Esports. But with only 30 seconds left on the clock, Kappa being able to get that final kill. It's not gonna be enough as Rossi. He pulls off the heroics with his 1 taps. He's gonna bring it all back for the side of GE. That round was surely lost with their favor. But Rossi, he stepped up massive.
Rossi picking up that 3K was everything, leaving only 2 members left alive, VLT. Wow, this double play with Rossi and Kappa both being able to pick up those last 2 kills, 2v2 situation. And look at the timer, it was less than 10 seconds and they were able to make that happen. So, great start for Global Esports. It looks like they stepped onto Bind with a game plan and with a lot of patience. If the last 2 members, VLT, if they were to keep themselves safe, not really get into that duel, it could have been a round for them. But hey, things happen, a lot of pressure. But moving into round 2, we do see the eco coming out from VLT, no force buys. And they are going to group up at A short, leaving Excali on the B side. Now Kappa just tossing in that recon bolt, shock dart, just to get a little bit of information to clear the space in hookah to prepare for this push. Now Hellfighter's gonna find a kill onto lightning fast, and Skills evens that out by taking down Excali. Now the B side is free. Rossi, he's an elbow, and Antidote coming through onto the teleporter together with Amaterasu. Skills, he's gonna watch the back lines as Global Esports, the spike is being carried by Hellranger, and it's gonna be an A side plant. I like this coming out of GE. They're looking so coordinated, filled with so much plans and unpredictability.
This was a very dangerous plan by Rossi. Imagine if the members of VLT actually started swarming him in that situation. It would have been a death sentence in their favor. It is going to be a fast push coming out from them, though. It's going to be right away. He's going in for the plays, but the headshots do reign supreme, but he didn't have the health to back himself up. He's gonna get taken out as Skills. He's hitting all of his shots, and GE, they're looking strong and potent as well. And if Kappa keeps on hitting Jigglypuff shots like that, it's gonna be hurting a lot more as well, as it seems as though BLT, they're on the back foot of this starting matchup, but still, now is where the real fun is about to begin, Oppo. It's gonna be the gun rounds, and we know VLT, they're one of those teams that just throw away the first 2 rounds and then come back stronger in the following rounds.
All right, was an eco round for VLT, and indeed, like you just mentioned, aggressive. This is the time for VLT to come back into this game by trying to take round number 3. It
Take
will
flight.
save their economy, and you know we did see that G is pretty healthy on that side. They do have the credits, so you know VLT, they don't want to fall deeper into a hole. Now, if you're looking at Bind, it can be a very tricky map. Most of the time, most teams, they do fare much better on the side of defense. But hey, attack is a place where you can definitely show dominance by doing very quick rotations and catching your enemies off guard. Now, SK Rossi, very aggressive, going right onto site, and right to ace is going to pick him off quick with that Phantom. Now, Kappa looking for an opportunity. It looks like he might just watch the backlines of GE. Now taking this round slow. VLT, they've managed to take, you know, the first kills in these rounds, but GE, they find a way to bounce back. That's going to be Hellfighter just putting in his share, taking the pressure off of his team. And it's down to this 5v3. It doesn't look too good for GE here.
Doesn't look too good indeed, Oppo, as the first Dottie gets dropped down as well. It's going to be Elvin getting that kill, but Kappa, he's answering back with his own heroics. He's going to be able to take out 2. He's looking for more, but he gets caught off guard by Antidote holding down the angle, but Lightning Fast is going down in this 1 versus 2 scenario, but they know his last known position. They know exactly where he's going to be, and the spike is just about to get picked up. Beautiful cage placements coming out from him, but he's going to be making a run for it down on this B side. No one's going to be pushing him from here. No one is going to be holding down that angle, but the 2 members are going to be running it down from the side of Hoka. He's not going to be fast enough to get 2 members down in this situation, and Velocity holding down the fort with such an amazing defense. And Rossi, he may have just pushed in a bit too early without his team support.
Indeed, you know, when Rossi, he dashed right in, he got taken out by right to ace, and it just wasn't working out for GE there on the side of attack. VLT, you know, they invested in those guns, and it really did pay off. Now, moving into the next round, we do see a couple of ultimates ready on the side of VLT. Right to ace, he has that Hunter's Fury, so we can definitely look forward to that. And we hear the Blade Storm as well coming in from SK Rossi.
This wall coming out from the side of Antidote is a very interesting plan, because he's actually using this wall to get elevated angle down into the market side. This market side and angle would have given him the first initial peek, allowing Excali to go in for a play, but an Excali, he gets taken out by Hellranger immediately in this situation, and getting tagged out by one of the recon bolts from the side of the drone. It's going to be SK Rossi going down immediately, and Antidote, he has a beautiful skin to boot, and Antidote, he has a headshot to reign supreme! He got 3 kills before he goes down, ladies and gentlemen, down in the side of Hoka. He did all that he can, leaving it to his team, down to a 3 versus 2 scenario. They're holding down the fort real well, and with Amaterasu getting that kill, Kappa, he's on his lonesome, trying to go for this 1 versus 3.
Now Kappa, last man standing, he has the spike, and right around the corner, that's going to be Hellfighter on the Killjoy. We don't see it too often, but hey, he must have been putting in that practice. Now Kappa, he might just make it past, but Hellfighter's gonna sneak up behind him, and it's all over. And VLT, they're gonna get 2 rounds for themselves, and it's pretty much even there on the scoreboard with the bounce back. You know, there has been a little bit of chat about how, you know, VLT sometimes, they might give away the pistol rounds more often than not, and even the round after that, the second round. But then the moment they get those full buys, when they're on their rifles, on their AWP, that is where their true power kind of shines. And you know, this is we can see here GE struggling just a little bit, but hey, it's still not too late for GE to take back that ground and show us the type of dominance that they are very much capable of. But Kappa there with 6 kills, that is looking really neat. Kappa has been coming in massive in this Challenger Series 5. More so, he has been performing absolutely brilliant as compared to the previous series. So, you know, good on Kappa there.
You have to talk about one more thing as well, Oppo, for the fact that VLT, they're doing extremely well when it comes to cutting off Rossi from his team. Every single time we see a lot of these scenarios, Rossi, he's just getting caught off guard. He's like, okay, team, you're gonna start pushing in with me. But as soon as they hear the dash coming out from Rossi, it's either Antidote throwing a storm or a smoke is gonna be coming out instead, blocking off all of the sidelines that could have helped, that would have allowed his team, to go in for a lot of these plays. I do love the way VLT are approaching a lot of these fights in a in a reactive manner, sorry, and they were able to catch G off guard. Will G be able to adapt to this?
Yeah.
Will they be playing it slower? Will they be looking for a pick and then going in for these rush executes? Is what we need to see, because otherwise GE, they're gonna be on the back foot for a very long time.
Indeed, you know, Antidote coming in massive the last time around with the 3 kills on Sage. You gotta rely on that raw aim. Sage can be so useful if you're able to get these frags just by winning the one-on-one gun duels. Now Hellranger, he's gonna get caught out by Amaterasu. Kappa, he's gonna fire, and SK Rossi finds the pick off to Amaterasu. Hellfighter's gonna fall as well, and this is Global Esports with a massive bounce back on their force buys. They had less superior guns, but they're making it work. Excali jumps in to save his team, and now he's on site. He watches as that Omen slips by him into the teleporter, and now Rossi jumps right across that wall, and Antidote, he's just gonna pull himself back into the defender side spawn. Global Esports, they have secured the plant, and it's down to this 3v3.
3 versus 3 is the situation moving forward down onto this side. And do not forget, this is the ego round, but with the Rays getting popped on the Amaterasu as well, and the Gravelry coming in. And Kappa, he's not gonna be happy much whatsoever, as he's gonna get pushed out from the side of Hookah. There's one less angle to worry about, as Excali just busts down into the side, gets that kill on the skills, and right to ace gets one on the Kappa. It's gonna be all over for the side of Global Esports, and that rest coming in massive. And as you stated before, Oppo, that rest being the game changer for the entirety of this round.
Indeed, you know, the resurrection just looks so good, but after the changes to Sage, you know, the question came in like, is it really worth it or not? But it seems like, you know, as the meta has kinda settled down, there is definitely ways to pull off this Sage. Now, have we seen a Sage been incorporated and where a team actually wins with Sage in the composition? No, we haven't seen it. We've seen good displays of skill, but unfortunately those teams, they couldn't quite make it as well. But Antidote, he could break that chain today and ultimately make history. Now he's gonna raise that wall, and that ultimately stops Rossi in his tracks. He's not gonna be able to push into Hookah. And VLT, they're gonna have to hold it down. Now Antidote, being really cheeky, he's gonna catch him off guard, but Rossi expected that and took him out with a beautiful headshot with that Vandal. Rossi probably jumping for joy as he switches up his position. Might be lurking onto B long. Now the spike is in a safe place. It is guarded by Hellranger. Excali, the next in line. He's just gonna wait for what exactly these attackers are gonna do. But VLT, one man down, the defense, they've got to play this slow and calculated, because it doesn't look like an easy task. Now Excali, he just made it back into an even playing field. And both these teams, you can tell that, you know, there's a lot of pressure. They don't want to make the wrong move. So you see all these very slow bits of movement. Now a 1-for-1 trade. Excali running away. He knows exactly who's there, but he misses the kill by a hair. Excali with the 3Ks. He takes out skills. Excali with the impeccable
30 seconds
defense
left.
on the side of B. And this is what you have to watch out for going up against VLT. GE now, they've got to change their plans, and they're heading over to the A side.
Revealing area.
Scally going Galaxy Brain on everyone in this situation, and Hellfighter, he has the perfect play as well. Kappa, even if he puts down this spike, I don't think he's gonna be able to get out. He's gonna be barely able to, but no, it's not gonna happen. The ultimate's just reigning supreme, and the ability usage ever so beautiful from the side of Velocity, and the crispy aim from Excali. What do you do against people like this when they have aim and game sense this good? It seems as though Global Esports, they're dropping the ball in this situation because they're not going in for the plays together, and the Breach tries to set up a lot of things up, but they're losing ground, they're losing map control, and they're not playing together. They're getting systematically dismantled by the team play and the solo play coming out from the side of Velocity.
Placing center.
Indeed, and now it's on the scoreline, we do see it's 4-2. Global Esports, they still got a little bit of time, but I would like to see them look for a way to come back. Now, Hellranger on their breach, it doesn't seem to be quite as effective, but I would like to see a little bit of combos. Now, Hellranger putting out the fault line, it goes directly onto Antidote, but he is relaxed. Now he's flash, gotta just pull that back. Rossi and Hellranger, they're looking to make their way through hookah. And Hellranger with that Rolling Thunder available, it could be deadly for VLT. But hey, you know, looking at VLT's composition, it seems like, you know, they do have the tools for really great defense. You know, you're looking at the Sage, you're looking at the Killjoy, and even Amaterasu with those smokes, he can buy out a lot of time. Now back to Rossi here in hookah. We do see the wall has come up. So this is going to buy a little bit of time for the side of defense. And Global Esports, they've got to make a move soon. They've got less than 45 seconds left.
Only 45 seconds to go on the clock, and then going into the awaiting arms of Hellfighter. He's going in for the spray, but a beautiful flash as well from the side of Hellranger. He's evening on the playing field just a little more, and with the dual theft getting popped as well. A lot of information, and a lot of ground has been covered, but with Antidote Operator and Excali's precision aim, it's going to be quite difficult as Rossi gets the kill down onto Excali, leading right to Ace. And Antidote down in this retake, and they need to try and take it right now because Rossi, he's making his way back immediately, and if they're going to be in a very disadvantaged position, not going to be able to get the skills, it's going to be the jiggle coming out from the side of the Omen, and Skills is going to be able to set up lightning fast to get that kill with a well-placed headshot. And Antidote, he needs to try and save this operator. There's no way he can go in for this retake and try and be alive, but a lot of noise has been made by the side of Rossi, and Antidote, he's going to be holding down that angle. He's going to be holding it down strong, but a stalemate's not going to be working out in his favor, and Rossi, he doesn't check his corners. He gets caught off guard, and Antidote, he's going to be happy. He's going to be able to save that operator. But still, Global, they're going to be even more happy because it's going to be a round on their board, taking us to a 4-3 scoreline.
Beautifully done by Global Esports. Hellranger, they're making a difference with, I believe, lightning fast, being able to pick up these 2 kills here, as we see on an instant replay on Hellfighter and Amaterasu. And that was a massive help for the side of attack there. They were able to get onto the A side, get that plant off, and defend the spike as well. Now Antidote being able to save the operator into the next round. There's a little bit of a silver lining there for VLT, but Global Esports, if they can utilize the abilities that they have to get onto a site safely as well as get those pickoffs, they're pretty much good to go. So ultimately what we need to see is just more synergy, more plans, more combos. Now Kappa here with the recombo, he's gonna get that information, and let's see what GE is gonna do next.
A lot of information already being found, but GE's positioning, they know exactly where they're gonna be. There is a heavy stack down near the long side, and it's gonna be Skills just tapping away at that wall, trying to break it at this point to create a little bit of pressure, forcing their enemies to waste a little bit more utility, and they're gonna be able to find as Antidote uses a slow orb in that scenario. But at the same time, it's going to be GE making their way down towards that A site. But still, they don't know for a fact that there's going to be 3 members holding down this stack. It's going to be Hellfighter getting thrown into the heavens. But still, with a lot of the utility that he has, he's going to be able to hold down the fort. And it's going to be Matarasu getting 1 kill. It's going to be Activated getting 1 as well. But it gets raided immediately by Lightning Fast and Skills from the sidelines. Skills holding down the last angle, trying to see if he can find a pick, but already the rotation call is going to be coming through, and they're coming straight into the hands of Excali. Will Excali have a good day, or is he going to be having a bad day? He's going to be having a good day. He gets that first kill, and he's going to be slowly holding down this side for as long as he can. But Skills holding down from the angle of Oka. He's going to be dealing a good amount of damage. And it's going to be Amaterasu going into the play as well, but Antidote is going to be able to hold off his teammate. But Kappa answers back immediately with his own calling. He's going to be able to do what he can. Antidote switches out from the operator down into the vandal and really be able to get that peek, and yes he does! Antidote with the crispy aim and crispy crosshair placement gets that kill onto the Sova, taking him out, and what a beautiful round indeed coming out from the side of the defenders. And he's gonna be able to save the op to boot from all of that chaos.
That was a very intense round. It was really close and down to the wire, resulting in that 1v1. But here it is. It was, you know, a lot of trades. It was a 2-for-2 trade, and then it was a everyone was just kind of killing each other. The moment the rotation came in onto the B side, Excali manages to take out 1, and that was Rossi, but they got the return kill. And down to the wire, Antidote versus Kappa. Unfortunately, Kappa, he could not protect that spike, but good job on the side of Antidote, securing that 5th point for VLT. So, you know, we can't expect that these rounds are going to be so close. It's really down to the minuscule plays. Now, Amaterasu finding first blood onto Skills is going to put VLT in a good spot. This time, Rossi with the Blade Storm, he's very much ready to take out ahead. And now with the help of Hellranger, he gets a flash, but Hellfighter still picks up a kill. Amaterasu and Excali, they find one for themselves as well, and Kappa's the last man standing. With the Ghost in hand, I do believe it was an eco round as well for GE. So VLT, they're gonna pocket this round for themselves.
This being a flawless round for their side is going to be super helpful, and it's going to be Excali spotting him out, and he's going in for the plays with the satchel. Excali, the BM King himself, goes in for those flashy plays. He knows how to utilize Raze down to the fullest, down to the E of her name. There is nothing that this man cannot do when he's holding down with this agent on his side. A flawless round indeed. But yes, of course, that was an eco round for the side of Global Esports. And now is where the gun rounds are going to be coming into play. It's either go big or go home at this time, Oppo, because it's going to be the 9th round on the board, and there's only 3 more rounds to go before the first half ends.
Indeed, Antidote with a total of 10 kills, and Hellfighter just trailing behind. You know, VLT on the side of defense, we can see that the Sage and the Killjoy coming in very handy. Antidote putting up a massive performance with a very unexpected pick here. Now, you guys, if you are supporting VLT, it is hashtag VLTOP. And if you're supporting Global Esports, it is hashtag GE Fighting. Let us know who you are supporting over here on this map number 1. Best of 3 in the upper bracket finals. SK Rossi this time taking first blood onto Hellfighter, and that leaves Amaterasu alone on the B side. Now GE, it looks like they're gunning for B, but a lot of ruckus. We do hear it and see it on the A side.
They're not really executing down, but Amaterasu, with a beautiful play of his own, uses smoke to block off the vision of Rossi, and then takes the peek immediately to catch him off guard, thinking that the smoke was going to be coming down, and he gets the headshot kill onto him. A beautiful round in G. And with that Sage as well, you have to give it to the Sage to give so much value these type of situations. And right to Ace, using the audio cues that he heard initially as Hellranger was trying to use his abilities, gets caught off guard, and Ender gets his own kill as well as Lightning Fast. He's making so much noise down onto this B side. They want to try and get this plan, but this may just all be over as Amaterasu gets his own kill. He's looking for one more. The spike does go down, but the Antidote takes him out immediately. And ladies and gentlemen, that is actually a good thing, because with the spike going down and the kill happening at that same moment, they're going to be able to get one more extra ult point in their favor, and already the resurrection is back for the side of Antidote.
Now VLT is securing a 4-round lead. Global Esports, they got to place their bets in the second half most definitely. And, you know, magic number 4 is going to be really important for GE as we reach the last couple of rounds in the first half. But looking here at the instant replay, you can see the full-on lockdown by VLT. Amaterasu just picking up Kappa. Even a shock dart just raining from above. VLT, they had that site locked down. And, you know, it was due to the fact as well that they did have the numbers advantage. If you're looking at the plans of both these teams, it's almost like, you know, they're kind of spreading themselves out, trying to get cheeky kills. And once they get the pickoffs, that's where they're going to be aggressive. Now, a 1-for-1 trade. And Kappa, he's going to be spotted out. Hellranger making it through. Now, as a breach, I would like to see Hellranger supporting his team members just a little bit more, you know, giving very useful flashes, and the teammates actually capitalizing on it. The Owl Drone goes past Antidote, and he takes out Lightning Fast so quick. Something that he didn't expect. And this is the thing about competitive Valorant. You gotta be sneaky, you gotta change up those positions every single time. Right to Waste finds a double as he shows up massive. Hellranger with the Spectre, he's spraying, and Amaterasu just jams a bullet right in his head. 8 rounds strong. VLT.
Last round before
they are putting their foot down here. And you know, you have to say that it is quite a bit of dominance. I mean, with a 5-round gap, that is huge this late into the competition.
You have to give it to the positioning as well for the side of VLT. Yes, of course, this was a semi-eco round for the side of the attack, but at the same time, look at the positioning. The Antidote, he held his ground, and Kappa, he took the... I'm sorry, not Kappa. Right to Ace, he took the full-on peek against that drone, and making sure that he's going to be able to bait bait the opponent team into him as much as possible. Because when you have the owl drone, normally you always fixate on the person that you're going to be watching straight in front. And Antidote using that to his advantage, using the distraction that his teammate caused to just completely catch the entirety of Global Esports off guard. Him riding on the momentum and him using his own teammate as an asset for his own kills, and then setting up such a beautiful crossfire as well with Antidote, that was absolutely incredible.
Now we're going into the last round before the swap. We still see Antidote standing strong with 14 kills. Amaterasu and Hellfighter just behind with 9. And on the side of Global Esports, we have SK Rossi with 8. And just behind him, Skills and Kappa with 7. Now, 2 ultimates ready on both sides. We do see that the Resurrection and the Lockdown very much available for VLT. So, you know, this could be a round for them as well, because these ultimates are pretty important. And it can definitely be used massively against the attack. Now, looking at Global Esports, that is going to be Skills from the shadows. He's going to be looking for some sneaky kills, but he's taken out by Amaterasu instead. 2 members down on the side of Global Esports. They're forcing the plant. Kappa secures it, and Hellfighter is going to take out Rossi. It's a 2v5 situation. Lightning Fast is going to find one of his own, drops the neural theft, and he's going to get all that information. Kappa and Lightning Fast trying to make the best of this situation. Giving VLT the 9th round is definitely not ideal. Now, Lightning Fast, he has been cornered. The shock dart takes him really low, and Right to Ace just finishes off that kill. Kappa's the last man standing, 1v4. The recon bolt is out. They're attempting to defuse. Kappa takes out 1, and the defuse has been done. Kappa finding a double kill, and Excali takes him out. We're going to end off the first half. 9-3, heavily in favor of Velocity Gaming, and Global Esports, they should definitely look to come back up in the side swap.
This was pretty detrimental, I would say. Global, they didn't really go in for the spike plant positioning as well as I thought they would, and they placed it in front of the heaven side. Kappa, he had no way to try and defend the spike because of the spike plant positioning, and this is what hurt them the most in this type of situation. Props to the defense though, being able to just swarm them out. And Antidote, he's just so good with the retaking operators. I've not seen a single player in this entire tournament be this good with the operator when it comes to the retake scenario as Antidote. He has always showed up on that Jet, and now he's showing up with the Sage. Instead, like, the Sage has absolutely no utility to get out of the situation, so you need to make sure you hit your shots, otherwise it's all over for you.
Indeed, and now we're back to the pistol rounds. It's all about that accuracy, and let's see who's going to draw first blood here. Skills, very much ready with the paranoia. Trying to set that up. Now G on the side of defense. Lightning Fast. Next shot. Not going to get a kill. He's taken out instead as he's bum rushed by VLT through the showers. And now with the spike, we do see the attackers. They're not exactly going to go for the plant just yet. They're going to go right through defender side spawn and go for the plant in B. And that is going to force Global Esports to have to rotate. Now Right to Ace picking up Kappa. 2 defenders left. The flash does connect. Hellranger coming in with the kill. And now that the spike has been planted, Hellranger and Rossi to try to make the best of the situation. Paranoia does connect. Antidote, he's right on the corner, he's firing away. The dark cover is put out, but Amaterasu falls. Antidote, he's got to run, he's hiding behind the crates. He takes out Hellranger, and Excali in perfect time makes his way there just for some backup. And Velocity Gaming, what a start to the second half there on the side of attack.
These mind games are absolutely insane coming up from the side of Velocity. They heard the TPs that were coming up from the side of Global Esports. They knew for a fact that there were 3 members rushing down from the side of Showers because they expected the plan to come up on A, but they immediately made the wraparound play, and Antidote just holding on his dashing shoes. He's doing gymnastics class right in front of GE, and they can do nothing about it. And with Excali just busting down the doors, being like, hey, I want to join it as well. Gets the last remaining kill before he does go down. But Antidote, he may just be fighting a bit more than he can chew in this situation. And it's gonna be Rossi with the aggressive dash in to take him out, evening up the playing field just a little bit more. But just as I said, it's gonna be Excali coming up instead. But a beautiful off-angle position from the side of Excali to get the kill on the Kappa, making it a lot more harder for the defenders to do much whatsoever. And Hellfighter holding down the crossfire angle with Excali just cleans them up one after the next. And Oppo, you have to say the Sage is working out for the side of Velocity, but now is where the real fun is about to begin, because Global, it's do or die at this point. 11-3 on the scoreboard, and it's gonna be their final buy round if they do not win this.
11-3. That is a huge gap. If anything, Global Esports, they've got to put their foot down right here, right now. And, you know, with the full buys coming in, we can see it. That is a lot of Phantoms and Vandals. GE, they've got to make this count, or it just could be all over here in map number 1. But if you're looking at the consistency, VLT, they have everything together. Now Hellfighter picking up first blood. Wow, you know, you just spoke about the stage from Antidote, and he's right here just top fragging, showing us the true power, and it's just mad. Now Lightning Fast takes out Excali in the air. Antidote's quick to return that, and this hyper-aggressive stage, you gotta love it. Now the barrier has been put up just to get elbow closed off. Kappa, he's just gonna remove it. Skills and Hellfighter 1-for-1, and it's down to this 3v2. VLT is definitely a much more advantageous position. Hellfighter's gonna find the triple. The Sentinels of VLT. Today is the day they woke up on the right side of the bed. Kappa, last man standing. A little bit of deja vu here, but they know that he's in elbow. Kappa, he's gotta go for a rotate, but right to waist, gonna take him out with that Bulldog. That is gonna be match point for Velocity Gaming.
Match point.
This is hard to watch, and it seems as the Velocity, they're playing with the information. There is so much information to be found for the side of Velocity. Look at the info that they have. They have the Owl Drone, they have the Killjoy turret, they have the Alarm Bot. So much info, and Excali, he's just having a field day. He's like, boys, just tell me where they are. I'm gonna be going on in, and I'm gonna be popping off all them heads. And when he does not, it's gonna be Antidote stepping up to get his teammate back. And this is just absolutely incredible, incredible performance coming out from the side of Velocity. They're playing this composition so well, and CA would be proud as well, because he's one of those Killjoy fans. And now that we are seeing Killjoy being used on the map of Bind, normally a much more Cypher favored map, that is really incredible the way that Hellfire is able to pull it off.
Indeed, you know, the double Sentinel coming up from the side of Velocity Gaming. They seem to make it work here on the side of attack. Now Hellfighter is gonna put down the bot, and he takes out Skills, and Rossi there comes in massive with a double kill. GE, this is exactly what they need. Now, Rossi and Hellranger, they're going to be lingering around his showers, the spike being carried by Excali. Global Esports, they can see a little bit of light. It's a lot to ask for a comeback, but hey, anything can be possible when it comes to competitive Valorant. We have seen it time and time again. Now, Amaterasu going for that rotate just to catch up with Excali and right to Ace as they move into Hookah. And there is the satchel just to take out that spy cam. Pretty neat. Coming out from Excali now, Lightning Fast. He's got to do something here. And it's a 3v4. Global Esports approaching this very slowly. Rossi and Hellranger, they're on their way for the rotate. Excali securing the plant. And we see the Rolling Thunder. It's coming out from Hellranger. Global Esports, they're closing down. 1-for-1, but it's a 3v2 into a 2v2, 2v1, 1v1, and Rossi comes out right on top with a beautiful 4K. Global Esports, they have it in them. It's just up to GE to show us the power that they've got. They made it so far. They've never lost to any team right up till now. You know the power of Global Esports, and that was a good display of it. Hellranger coming in with the Rolling Thunder just to set that up, and Rossi as the single duelist on the side of Global Esports, able to secure 4 kills. Man, Rossi, he's definitely on fire.
Oh, this round was way too close. This was way way too close for comfort. GE, they're hanging by a thread, and that round was more than a thread at this one. That was thinner than a thread. I don't know what is more thinner than a thread. What do I use as a reference? Rossi, he has 8 health. Literally 8 health. Imagine if Right to Ace had a Vandal there instead. He took one more extra body shot to get that kill onto Rossi, and if he had a Vandal, Rossi was just dead. There was no way he was going to be able to survive in that situation. But just as I said, it's going to be Kappa going down to the hands of Right to Ace with a very beautiful Hunter's Fury, and with the fire in the hole coming up from the side of Excali, the bodies are just going to be dropping down by Rossi and Lightning Pads. They're going to be dropping bodies of their own down into a 3 versus 3 scenario. Rossi going for the Hyper and the play with the Brainstorm. He's making the difference with these knives. He finds all of the kills, forcing Antidote down in this 1 versus 3 situation. He either needs to clutch it out or go back home and save his gun. He's gonna be trying to do so, but no spike has just gone down just yet. No information onto the side of Antidote, and he's making the plays. He's doing the trigger discipline. He's gonna be going in for the back. He does fight 2. He does fight 1 more. He's looking for it. Rossi misses the knife. This may just all be over for their side, and Antidote, he clutches it out in a 1 versus 3 scenario. Rossi with the heroics was not enough. Antidote, he's just built different.
What a way to end off map number 1, Velocity Gaming coming out on top. That was an insane round. Let's have a quick look at this instant replay. Antidote coming in with the trigger control just to figure out the positions of GE, takes 2 out, and unfortunately there Rossi missing the shot. Antidote coming in clutch. That was just nuts. You know, Rossi popping off there, that is what we wanted the entire time. But Antidote, yeah, he's built different, at least in this game on that Sage. Absolutely nuts. What a way to end it off. Oh my goodness. You know, talk about a goosebump moment. The moment that ended, you know, you could feel the goosebumps and whatnot. We're going to head over into Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, powered by 4000 series Ryzen processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. We're going to talk a little bit more about both the teams. Now, I am going to be very frank, but looking at the scoreline 13-4, yes, some rounds were close, but it was still massive dominance coming out from VLT. Now, do I think that GE has what it takes to give an even tougher fight against Velocity? 100%. When you look at the potential of SK Rossi, when you look at the potential of Kappa, lightning fast skills, you know that they have it in them. They just got to be a little bit more consistent when it comes to pulling off their game plans, because sometimes, you know, they can look a little bit detached. The combos are not exactly lining up, but Global Esports, they have the skill set, they have the experience, and they do have the understanding to do what needs to be done to be at the top. Now, for VLT, it seems like they're in top shape. They came into map 1 completely prepared. They pulled out a composition that we did not expect, running the Sage, the Killjoy, Right to Ace, he's always on that signature Sova, but, you know, Excali on that Raze, and Amaterasu taking the controller. It was a composition that we did not expect. It looked very defensive, which is something that kind of goes against VLT. You know, they were doing the whole 3 duelist thing, but, you know, looking at different maps, compositions come into play. All in all, to summarize everything, VLT came in prepared, and they showed us exactly how to play Valorant very creatively. What are your thoughts, Aggressive?
Completely agree with your analysis here, Oppo, but I do have to give it to the side of Velocity, knowing for the fact that the Raze is the most important option when it comes to the map of Bind. Bind is heavily defense favored when you don't have the Raze on attack, because the Raze just completely opens up so many sidelines. And Rossi, he's just one of those solo duelist players that, yeah, he's gonna go down into a site, yeah, for sure, it's gonna be happening. He gets 1 or 2 kills, but your team's not going to be able to follow up. There's a Sage present. There's, of course, the Raze present. They're going to be throwing in slow orbs. They're going to be throwing in nades, so that Rossi, he has absolutely no backup, and he's going to be dying in the side alone, and there's nothing that they can do. And if Excali, a player like Excali, just pulls off shots like this, plays like this, what can you do exactly against this? This composition, yes, solo composition has a lot of strength, but on the map of Bind, it's even more difficult to execute because there's not really a lot of open sidelines to work with, and your team it's going to get stopped by a lot more of the experienced teams through the use of smokes, through the use of the utility that the Raze and the Sage was going to be bringing down to the table.
Indeed, very well said there, Aggressive. But hey, that map one was absolutely explosive, filled with so many flashy plays. I mean, what else can you expect when it's Velocity Gaming going up against Global Esports? Now, congratulations once again to VLT for taking map number one. But remember, it is still a best of three as we are in the upper bracket of the finals. The winning team will go straight over to the grand finals. They have a slot there, and the losing team will have to play in the decider bracket. So we're going to prepare for map number 2. But before we do that, remember we still have that sale on LG monitors. Link is in the description. You can click it, get yourself something new because Christmas is coming. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon whenever, so you can get notifications whenever we are live and you don't miss out on any of the action. The grand finals is coming soon, and we want to see all of you here. Remember, if you are supporting Velocity Gaming, it is hashtag VLTOP. And if you're supporting Global Esports, it is hashtag GE Fighting. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, chill out, stick around, and we'll be back very shortly with map number 2 of Velocity Gaming versus Global Esports.
Time every day goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby. I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.
coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not gonna give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
Just waiting for the other team to make a move. Paranoia coming right now inside. Powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD with AFK Gaming as our media partner. I'm CA, I'm going to be your host and caster for this game, and I'm joined by Aggressive on the mic. And after an extremely interesting map 1, we're here for map 2 between Velocity Gaming and Global Esports in the upper bracket finals. Man, that map 1 was so exciting for me personally because seeing Velocity pull out what is basically a direct answer to that breach sort of sets these mind games up. Aggressive. Now, if you're GE, do you bring back the breach on Ascent or do you just stay close and try to go default back to that double duelist strategy? Mind games, even before the map begins, I'm loving it.
It's gonna be one of those. Like, I don't know what to say to this matchup because, yes, GE, they're well known to go in for these single duelist compositions. But now that you know, as you stated before, VLT can counter you. And on the map of Ascent, yes, it's a very strong composition, but at the same time, it has a lot of weaknesses. For example, we have seen VLT pull out the triple duelist composition. And it is gonna be a different style coming out from GE. This is interesting. It seems that the lightning fast is opting to go towards the Killjoy, and they're adopting the same strategy as VLT. And with the debates coming out from Antidote as usual, we don't need to talk about that much. But these composition plays, CA, I think you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, a triple duelist lineup coming out, but the way GE are set up, expect skills. Yeah, skills to pick up his Phoenix. So that's going to be really interesting. Triple duelist for VLT, we've seen this before. Amaterasu on the Phoenix, Excali on the Raze, and for Anti the Jet, while Hellfighter plays the Omen and right to Ace sticks to his. But Lightning Fast on the Killjoy, really interesting because personally, I think the best maps for Killjoy are Ascent and Split. The fact that he's picking up this Killjoy means that he has something planned out, and I'm curious to see what exactly it is. Now, there is one outstanding difference between Killjoy and Cypher, which is the idea that Killjoy is much more of a mobile sentinel. You cannot leave your side the way Cypher does. So GE, they need to make sure that they maintain map control across the map. If you lose control in B and allow yourself to get baited and get your Killjoy to pick up her setup, then suddenly the round just goes completely off. So GE, they need to make sure that their discipline is strong, because that's exactly what Velocity's plan will be here. Try to just force out the Killjoy utility as much as possible, spread themselves out, get as much utility out as they can, and then use the triple duelist to just overpower the other team and force aside.
This is going to be an interesting play coming out from both of these sides. And see, I don't really know who to give the ball to in this situation. Velocity, they're going to be super potent with their triple duelist, but at the same time, Rossi on the Raze, something that we haven't really seen him play in a very long time. He picked it up once maybe during back in Series 3, I believe. And after that, we have never seen him on anything else other than the Jet. So will he be able to have the same level of impact as Excali is the real question. But Excali, he's holding down the fort with 2 members pushing him down from B main. But still, all of the information has been gathered, and they're going to be doing a fast rush down into this A side. But it's Rossi. He does get that first initial kill on the right to Ace, but Antidote is going to be able to go in for the trades, and a lot of damage is being done towards the side of VLT. But the trades are coming in left, right, and center with the dash in coming out from the side of Antidote. But Kappa, he's way too quick to go in for the refrag, forcing it down to a 2 versus 3 situation, ladies and gentlemen. And VLT, they're on the back foot, it seems.
Yeah, with only 2 people remaining, it's Hellfighter and Amitarasu versus 3 of Global Esports. Hellfighter now gonna pick up a kill, now turn back, look for the 1v2, will not be able to pick up another. It's Kappa instead, taking him down, and Amitarasu, last man standing, finds a clean kill onto Kappa, but it's lightning fast on the backup really quickly, finishing it off, making sure GE able to secure round 1. Now, the way VLT approached this round, I like the idea of forcing A and then trying to get the utility out. But as soon as you know that the other players are rotating, you have to leave. You have to leave, try to go back to mid, establish mid control, and then make your way there, because you have the time on your side. And for GE, not leaving will mean that they're able to sort of play into their hands. Now, this setup from Lightning Fast, really interesting to talk about. He's basically playing with the turret not as a peeking tool, rather there's a denial tool to not get into the B alleyway while using his alarm bot to deny mid control. But and that's exactly where GE is heading. He's on the edge of his turret, the turret gonna be disabled. Now the flash denying Velocity any push, Velocity having to step back, and Skills picking up the first kill. The first time we ever saw Skills was on this Phoenix, and he's making it work once again. On fire here. Excali with another, but SK Rossi answering back with 2. It's Antidote with the return, but so far, VLT doing pretty well for the eco round.
remaining.
We're doing pretty well as well, but Excali, he just went in for the jiggle. He was just playing around with skills in that situation, but Antidote, he's gonna be able to get this spike planned, and with 2 members going down as well from the side of the defense. He's gonna be happy with this. He's gonna be taking it all away. This doesn't really matter because this was the eco round coming out for the side of VLT. And we do know them to just throw away the first 2 rounds, do a little bit of damage, and come back stronger in the gun rounds. So here is where GE's true test is about to begin. VLT now have their guns. So let's see what happens down in the scoreboard.
Yeah, the buys will come through for VLT, and Operator picked up for Antidote. A glass cannon Operator, that too. This is a really interesting buy, because for Antidote now, if he's not able to make this work, it will be an extremely expensive investment. What I do like about GE is that they're switching up the Killjoy's positioning. Extremely important to be able to continuously find different ways. But they keep going for the idea of using the turret to get more damage from the swarm grenades. I'd rather see the turret being used to get extra peaks because of its low cooldown. You get those extra peaks, you pull it back, you get another extra peak. And that's what is missing for GE so far. But they're using more of a denial tool, and I can understand that. Using the presence of the Killjoy down at A to set up a crossfire between the turret and the Omen, basically enabling A site as null for anybody to get into. With Velocity approaching that A site, it'll be really interesting to see how they do manage to find their way there. Now Skills, he's pushing in aggressively, and he's gonna get caught out. VLT punish GE for their aggressive plays, and now with that kill, they're gonna rotate towards A.
They're making their way forward, and they're using this triple duelist composition in a much more different manner than we normally thought was gonna be happening. But Hellranger in that off angle, he's gonna be able to get that first kill. But Amaterasu answers back immediately with the zone. It's gonna be Amaterasu. He does have the run it back available, doesn't opt to pop it just yet. And with the side execution happening, it's gonna be Amaterasu popping the head of Lightning Fast instead, and he's still gonna be able to use the run it back to get his health back in this situation as well. It's gonna be Rossi and Kappa going in for this retake, but they're so far apart from each other. It seems as though they're looking out for these exit frags.
Yeah, you see, Rossi and Kappa, they can't really end up saving this round because they only have the Spectres, so they do need to try and go for the kills and damage the eco of VLT as much as possible. Maybe take down the Operator, that would be huge, because if you see Anti, he's holding down from Vine towards his A main angle. That's exactly where Rossi likely to go for the peak. Kappa now going for his own peak. He gets tagged and finds his own, but not a kill for
Operator.
either of them. Meaning now the Rossi pushing in.
Last
He'll find
player
one kill onto
standing.
Amaterasu. Right to ace, he'll pick up Kappa and Rossi, last man standing. He needs to go in, but he's just gonna end up, I think, killing himself to the bomb. No, he actually ends up going for the save. A really interesting choice. I guess it makes sense for me if they are going for the eco as a whole next round, or they are going for the buy rather as a whole next round. Gorossi wants to make sure that he's able to stabilize his eco, and I think potentially try to get an op for himself, acknowledging that now the anti has picked up an op. It's really important that they get an op in defense.
Also for the fact that Rossi, he did have the full shield in his favor. So going in for that play would have been a lot more detrimental, I do believe, because him being able to get that full shield is gonna give him a tiny bit of an advantage compared to his teammates to hold down the fort for as long as possible. But it seems as though the buys are gonna be coming out from the side of GE. Try and hold it down as much as possible. It's gonna be right to ace holding his ground from the off angle, but no one's going to be peeking him as of right now. And a beautiful play coming out from the side of GE. They're getting a lot of information in their favor, and right to ace taking a little bit of damage as well because of the nade. But a lot of noise has been made down towards this A side, and the rotations are going to be called in. But mid control has been established by the side of GE, and if they take this peak, they may just be able to catch two people going in for the rotate. Who's going to be the winner? It's going to be Kappa instead of Excali, it seems. They get the blaze on their side. But still, the B side is going to be completely open as they're going to be moving on forward. The drone does not spot him out. And Hellfighter, he's going to be able to take so much ground away from the side of GE. And once again, the blaze coming out from the side of Hellfighter. He gets that first initial kill on the Kappa. And he's going to be causing a lot of noise. And they're going to be looking to go in for the blaze. Amaterasu, he pops the run it back. But he doesn't know behind him there is going to be a waiting lightning
30
fast.
seconds
Way too
left.
quick with his own pickup. And it's going to be right to ace going in for the plan as Amaterasu. He's holding down the CT side with Antidote holding down the back end.
The Blaze Wall will deny the entry points for Global Esports. They need to push forward for the retake, and with the utility ready for the Killjoy, the turret gonna come up huge. But Amaterasu, he peeks forward into that CT, picks up the fifth kill, right to ace with another, and Amaterasu with the third, meaning now it's Velocity Gaming with the advantage, up to Amaterasu and Antidote to pull it off, and just skills left to try and find the clutch. We'll pull up the Blaze Wall and go for the defuse. He is not faking this at all. Velocity need to pull back, goes for the half and steps up. But it's Amaterasu with the wrap around, goes towards the CT, gets back into sight and takes him down. Meaning now, even Stevens on the scoreline. Both of these teams really well matched against each other. It's going to be up to Velocity Gaming to try to find their advantage, because for VLT, the attacking side is so important. Like, especially considering that Global Esports have a very standard composition. The double duelist, single controller, single initiator, and single sentinel. In a triple duelist composition, you want to take advantage where you have it, and where they have it is the attacking side. So for Velocity, this next round gonna be so important because it is the eco for Global Esports. Take control of this round without giving too much damage, and you set yourself up for a stabilized economy, and on the basis of that you can try to push through, consolidate a lead for yourself, and then find a bigger lead towards the latter stage of the first half. You can see their approach though, they're playing very cautious, knowing that this, even though it's an eco, they can't take any chances. It's Excali looking to take that mid control, while the rest of them just hold it down. Hellfighter looking at that B main angle, expecting a push to come through, but neither team's willing to make the first step. It's gonna be down to Velocity to find their advantage.
They're only going to be able to find it with Rossi clearing out one of the other angles. It's going to be Amaterasu though, getting one onto his own clone skills. Does go down immediately, and Rossi, he's going in for the peaks, but he's not going to be finding much value whatsoever. And the Hunter starts doing his hunt, but it seems as though Amaterasu is the true hunter instead. He gets a kill on Rossi and takes him out as Kappa. He's gonna be on the receiving end of Excali's bullet straight to the dome, and Hellranger, he's going in for his own battle. He gets one on the right swing, but gets tagged out to only 7 HP. Excali gets his own headshot play as well. And Amaterasu is actually using his running back to take out a 1 HP Hellranger, goes in for the flick, lands it on the head, and it's gonna be a 2-3 dominant scoreline for the side of Velocity Gaming. And they're holding down the fort really well, CA. The attack seems absolutely immaculate.
That was the eco round for GE though, and they did cause a little bit of damage, so they'll look to use the morale to push through with this round. But VLT, it's as you said, they'll definitely be happy with the fact that they now have the lead and will look to try to consolidate this lead with this buy round coming through. This buy round going to be a crucial moment for both teams in this first half. And with Amaterasu on 9 kills, he's the player for me to watch out for. Really popping off here on that duelist role. Amaterasu and Phoenix is just, when they come up together, it's just nothing to stop him whatsoever. Now SK Rossi, with the pressure of skills running back, gonna take control of A main, take down Amaterasu as well. Will get spotted out by the recon drone, but on the other side you can see already Excalli and Hellfighter, they've taken mid control, moving through the market. Out comes the showstopper, looking for Kappa, and boom, in his face. They take him down, but Hellranger holding it down from Boathouse will find one, and Lightning Fast will kill off the Straggler, meaning now GE, they have a 2-man advantage, and it's going to be up to Right to Ace to try and push through this A side and then try to play for the post plant with the Hunter's Fury.
He's gonna try to do what he can, but still, it's gonna be Antidote still holding down the fort with that operator. That operator itself is gonna be causing a lot of commotion for the side of the defense if Antidote is able to get 1 kill at the bare minimum. He's not checking his flank though, and Rossi, he may just be able to get that kill onto him to take him out. With a beautiful flank coming out from him, they need to start looking at his back as of right now, otherwise it's going to be all over. Rossi, he's taking a very forward position, he's slowly creeping his way down, and he's right behind the smoke, and from all sides they're going to be coming in. It's going to be Antidote though, trying to go in for the plays. He does find one, but he cannot find the second, as the pincer comes out from every single angle. There's not much Antidote can do, and the defenders with a beautiful defensive round coming out from their half to take it away from the side of VLT, making it a 3-3 scoreline.
For Global Esports, winning that round, playing it really well to get the initial advantages, especially over here, right? After Excalli pushes in, Hellranger winning this duel so important because it leaves Hellfighter just caught in the middle of nowhere between Hellranger and Lightning Fast. Lightning Fast able to pick him up. That is what secured the advantage for Global Esports in that round. Then eventually we're able to secure the round. I do feel like Right to Ace could have played a bit more defensively, perhaps played for the Hunter's Fury, but they instead tried to play back-to-back Right to Ace and Antidote and trying the frags. They're not able to do so, meaning now even Stevens on the scoreline with both teams up still with the full buys, and Antidote once again investing into their operator. A huge investment for Velocity Gaming in this round. We'll see how they choose to make it work. It's Anti trying to hold down A main while Hellfighter and Amaterasu push into the mid, try to get control of their market area, but the turret is already set up with skills for a crossfire, and the flash ready. As soon as skills hear something, the flash will go out. They're playing it very slow. Velocity moving inch by inch, not giving any audio cues yet, just waiting instead for a peak to come out. They haven't been spotted at all, and they've gained a lot of mid pressure. Using this mid pressure, the rest of their team now looking for the rotate, trying to get into B side. This first kill gonna be so important, and Skills find the flash and the first blood. Skills, he is ready and planned for that entire push.
He was ready to hold down the market side, and no matter what happens, he's going to be able to. It's going to be Excalli though with his own grenade. He's going to be able to find one right to Ace, who gets one on the lightning pads, but gets traded off immediately because of Rossi down in this 3 versus 2 situation. It's going to be Excalli and
Last player standing.
ouch, that has gotta hurt. Excalli and Antidote, I was just about to say, but it's gonna be Antidote going down into this 1v3, and with an operator moving forward, there's not much that he can do as the defense. They're looking so potent with all of their plays to take it all away. It's gonna be Kappa actually holding down onto this operator, and he's probably gonna be opping in this round. The defense, now with a stable economy on their side, they're gonna be super happy moving forward into the following rounds.
You can see for GE, now the fact that they have dropped 2 operators, drained 10,000 credits worth of money from Velocity. They're going to force Velocity onto an eco round, which is Amaterasu and Excalli able to get the buys across, meaning now is their chance to really push the lead even further. A very similar setup from Lightning Fast once again. The entire idea to try and deny a push into B side and hold it down from CT, basically giving a push in from B main 2 options. You stay back or you get taken out, and now Kappa with the op just compounding that trouble for Velocity Gaming. They just end up funneling themselves into this B main, and with nowhere to go, It will be that kill for SK Rosti with the
Last
grenade.
player standing.
Skills with another GE. Now they're looking dominant.
GE, they're looking so good and so clean. And Amaterasu, he's gonna get flushed out of his own corner because of the molly coming out from the side of Skills. And such beautiful plays coming out from these players is what we love to see, ladies and gentlemen. GE, they're fighting, so put it up in the chat. Hashtag GE fighting, because they're bringing it back round after round. 5-3 on the scoreline for the side of Ascent, and they're looking potent and they're looking powerful on this defense.
Yeah, GE look really strong. And what I would like to see from Velocity is a bit more calm approach. Try to bait out the utility very early, because you can see again and again every round, lightning fast setup is all about denying the push. So if you fake a push to start off the B side, able to pull out the storm grenade, it really just clears up the site entirely, because then the Killjoy doesn't really have much to contend with, and it just opens up the site for an aggressive push with something. Now Skills, you can see, used it on him back, but not pushing in, delayed by the grenade. He's gonna try to get some info, but just get taken down by Excali. And now the ultimate being used, the B side, will mean that's a cue for Velocity to try and push onto this A side. The paranoia from Catwalk, and with the smoke coming out as well, G trying to push in, but the counter paranoia by Hellranger stops them in their tracks. The ultimate coming out for SK Rossi will not find anybody. Instead, it's Hellranger with the kill and Hellfighter with the return. But Hellranger with his second, making sure that Velocity not able to get full site control. Amaterasu is able to get the plant, and with Excali with the double, they now get site control.
Excali and Antidote, these players are just built different, it seems. Getting all of those kills we had no business getting. But you're forgetting that there's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be the ultimate coming up from the side of right to 8 to clean that lockdown up. It's gonna be Amaterasu getting the kill on the Kappa as well, and there's not much that they can do. Lightning fast. He's in a pretty one-sided situation. Both of these players know exactly where he's gonna be at. And Amaterasu gets that kill on the lightning fast to take it all away. As VLT, they crack the code. They know what GE is thinking. They know what GE is doing. And now they're pulling up the counter strategies as we speak.
But like, in that situation when you're pushing through Catwalk, if you're throwing out the paranoia, you really have to push in aggressively, because then you open yourself up to a counter strat by the defense. You see the counter paranoia causing so much havoc for Velocity Gaming, but the fact that they managed to push through, get into sight is absolutely huge, because when the door closes, that's when Excali gets to shine. That double kill so instrumental to making sure they were able to maintain site control. If Excali hadn't found that double, they would be inside a man down, and they would be in a situation where they face an immediate retake, not giving them the time to go for the post plants. Excali coming up huge in that round is Velocity Gaming pulling it back on the scoreline. 5-4 is the setup now, and now you can see again the Killjoy changing her position. So important for Lightning Fast to keep doing this. Like the fact that he's continuously trying to find innovative new ways to surprise Velocity Gaming, really important. What I would like to see him change though is, instead of trying to set up a kill setup every time, like instead of trying to set up a turret into a swarm grenade, try to use a turret for peaks, try to find proactive advantages and gain pockets of control. Try to switch it up in the strategy so Velocity, they're not inherently expecting that kill setup from the Killjoy.
Another thing that I would like to say, coming out from the side of Velocity, how to make the composition a little bit stronger. I would love to see a lot more alt point control coming out from them. You have to think of it this like this here. They have 3 duelists. Duelists have the most powerful ultimates in the entire game. They have the run it back, they have the showstopper, they have the Blaze Storm in their arsenal. Let's not talk about the Blaze Storm because we know what it can do, but let's talk about the showstopper and the run it back. The run it back, beautiful when it comes to information. It gives you a literal second life, and the showstopper is a guaranteed side take. Literally a guaranteed side take. No one's gonna be challenging a showstopper. And if they just run around the map, take control of these ultimate orbs, bait out their opponents, go in for these fakes, they have the ultimate economy in their favor, and they can use this to break down into a lot of these sidelines. And Velocity, yes, they're doing really well, but they are slowly picking up on their tactics. And I do believe that with proper ultimate orb control, it's going to be putting Velocity in that one-up advantage going up against GE.
Yeah, you can see Velocity. This time they're going for a different approach, so it's right to ace towards that E-main angle, using the recon drone to get some information. He should have spotted Skills out, Hellfighter just holding down this mid angle, waiting for a peek, and the rest of Velocity now making their way into this B side. It's going to be Kappa holding down this B side, but now with the smokes coming out towards Market and CT, it will be a commit from Velocity. The running back now coming out as Velocity try to push in. Hellfighters from the shadows to get into the boat house, and that's Velocity with a clean side take, side control gain. They need to just get the spike planted and play for the post plant. Now all of GE, they're ready towards this market area to try and push for the retake. So a retake on the cards. Velocity not given enough time, but the fact that Amitarasu went back to his clone means that he has control of this B main, picks up the first blood, and now we'll have a really nice crossfire setup. Will be denied though. Lightning fast SK Rossi picking up kills each. Is GE with the man advantage. Oh!
He with the man advantage, but VLT Antidote with his own advantages.
Last
He
player
puts the
standing.
antidote straight down the throats of GES skills. I do believe he had a disconnect in this situation. It is going to be unfortunate without one of their duelists. But Velocity, that side execute was just absolutely beautiful. And this just does solidify what I said before, CA. They have such impactful ultimates on their side. What do you do in this type of situation? And oh no, they played it smart. They didn't kill skills. He's not gonna have any money moving forward into the following round to go for anything with his team. But still, moving forward, them just using a lot of these ultimates to take side control, it's gonna get a lot easier. And when it comes to these triple duelist compositions, you need to play for a lot for the ults. The ults are just so impactful. They will allow you to take side control no matter what kind of a defensive hold the enemy has. And VLT, they have the confidence in their gunfights and they know what exactly they're gonna be doing. So them using this over and over again, just recycling that ultimate, taking the ultimate points, forcing the enemies to keep on thinking, hey, maybe they're going A, maybe they're going B, because they think both are Torbs, so they don't know exactly where they're going to be at. All of these are going to be playing into advantages of VLT. And Global Esports, they need to try and be a bit more aggressive to go up against this triple duelist composition. Yes, they're playing defensively, but how defensive can you play when your enemy just is like three mad people just rushing down into your faces when you're holding down a site?
Yeah, that's really key to the Velocity's approach. Like the idea that they did throughout that round, right? First, keeping right to ace towards that A main to get as much info about the positioning of Global Esports as possible, and then using that info to slowly rotate towards the B side. The slowly being the keyword there, because if you give up any noise, allow GE to set up for the defense, it just denies you all that control. So Velocity playing it really smart, then using the ultimates, as you said, so powerful on these duelists to take the side control in conjunction with Hellfighters from the shadows, committing to the site as a whole, a unit push together. That's Velocity with a really nice side take. But I think it all came down to that double kill anti-god, because without that double kill, the retake would just flow in for GE and they would be able to pick up the round. Now with the clock running down, we're unpaused. 5-5 on the scoreline aggressive. This round going to be so important because the team that wins this round, if VLT wins this round, they break the eco of GE, force them to go for the semi-buys in the last round, give themselves a chance to get that 2-round lead in the first half.
I completely agree with you on that, CA, but here is where the real fun is about to begin. It's going to be a fast push coming out from their side. But here is where what I wanted to see. They're playing it aggressive. It's going to be Rossi getting that first kill on the antidote, but Amaterasu, he finds two, and this push is going to be detrimental as ultimate or point control has also been established. Right to Ace getting a kill onto Hellranger as well with his own peak. And ladies and gentlemen, it seems all but over as Excali finds his own, taking out lightning fast, leaving Kappa down in his lonesome once more to go up against the three members of VLT. And with a spike going down on A, not a lot of information to go on. Kappa, he's going down into this retake scenario.
Last man standing has all of his utility ready, so can try to use his recon bolt to get information and play for the Hunter's Fury, but with not much time left, and given the fact that he will just reveal his position if he does go for the usage of the utility, he's just gonna back up, go for the save, and a round picked up for VLT, meaning now Global Esports looking at a sticky situation in their last round in terms of eco. Global, they're gonna come down to a couple of light shields and a couple of buys, and for VLT, if they can get to 7-5, They will be happy with how this first half has gone, given how close it was between both of these teams. After a dominant win for VLT in map 1, I'm just really happy that Global Esports were able to respond immediately, shifting from the breach strategy
Last
that we've seen
round
them
in
play
the half.
throughout this tournament, defaulting onto the double duelist, but also bringing the Killjoy on the table, basically expecting this triple duelist strat. The key difference between a Killjoy and a Cypher for me, there's two things, right? The Killjoy, first of all, she can't leave her utility and go to the map, that being the disadvantage, but the advantage is that as compared to a Cypher, you can't have the Jet dashing in or the Raze using her satchel pack to break a trap fire. You can't really hear the utility as well until you get really close to it. I mean, also you get the utility back really fast. So if you put up a turret and then pull it back, that's 10 seconds cooldown. If you put up an alarm bot and pull it back, that's 7 seconds cooldown. And the advantage she gives is being able to recycle those cooldowns. So it's nice to see teams adapting to the difference in the Sentinels and bringing them up. Now VLT looking for their advantage, right to ace with the first kill. Amitarasu with the running back. Brilliant to see him recycling the cooldown. It's A-side control for Velocity Games.
A lot of information has been gained as well, and with his last dying breath, he's gonna be able to tell right to ace where exactly Handle Ranger is gonna be at, and he's gonna be able to find all of those kills. And again, such a heavy execute down onto this A side. They seem absolutely unstoppable. And with all of these ultimates in their favor, the way that they're taking ultimate orb control every single time, the way that they're recycling a lot of these ultimates, are going to give them all of the advantages. And Hellfighter, he has that cheeky angle. He forces Lightning Fast to try and reposition his crosshair in that situation by crouching, knowing that these players have immaculate crosshair placement. He's going to be hurting a lot as Amaterasu goes in for the peak and gets that kill on the Kappa as well. It's going to be a 7-5 scoreline for the side of Velocity as they move into the defensive round.
Yeah, you can see Velocity with a very strong approach in this round, making that peak work really well with Amaterasu and right to ace pushing into A main. And the fact that Amaterasu with another running back, I think we've seen 3 or maybe 4 running backs across the first half, and the fact that we've seen so many running backs really speaks volumes about his play. I don't think he is the top fragger. So like Amaterasu, just hats off. If I had my way, I'd keep Amaterasu on the Phoenix permanently. Unfortunately, that can't be the case. But man, like the idea of using that Phoenix running back so many times, 16 kills to his name, right? It's so important, and we talk about it all the time, aggressive. Recycling alt cooldowns, taking alt point control. Velocity, they don't just talk about it, they do it.
That is the key factor, and this is what I would like to see coming out for a lot more of the other teams. They don't really see the ultimates as being one of the key factors. They think about the strats, they think about the macro play, they think about the gunfights, but there is a huge factor that people don't even consider. That is the ultimates in the game. You have ultimates. These are abilities that are absolute game changers when you're able to use it. And there are 2 free points always sitting in front of the map, and the defenders are not really, they're not going to have an easy time going for this. As an attacker, it is there for you to take advantage of. And VLT did exactly that. They used so many of their ultimates in so many of these rounds to take the advantage away from the side of GE. That was absolutely astounding. But now moving forward into the pistol round, this is going to be their defensive half. And GE, they're looking to go from A shot straight into A.
Now you can see Velocity. Their approach very slow and disciplined, just waiting for GE to make their push. And GE now committing to A. They're gonna find them.
Oh my god!
Boombot catches them in the track, picks up a double, and Hellfighter with another. Excali goes
Last
boom,
player
and
standing.
GE goes down. Damn, Excali, that was a sick boombot.
Satchel out.
That Roomba just cleaning everyone up, it seems. And Excali, he's gonna be a bouncing bunny moving forward from the with his satchel pack and getting all of those kills. But ladies and gentlemen, that was an absolutely explosive performance, literally coming out from the side of the Roomba. And that one small little machine just is a thorn in the side of GE, it seems.
Yeah, GE being denied by the boombot, meaning it's Velocity Gaming picking up the pistol round, and now GE with forced into an eco. We'll see if they actually end up causing some damage here, because that damage will be really important to try and set them up for their third buy round. Now an eco rush likely coming out for GE. You see they're trying to take mid control and B main side. It skills with the flash trying to move in. Flashes one out, but the counter flash is coming out for Amaterasu to deny it for as long as possible. It's Amaterasu tagging him down and picking up the kill. First blood for Velocity Gaming. GE, they've taken mid control though. They just need to try
One
to find the
enemy
frags.
remaining.
But Antidote and Amaterasu with the crossfire. Flawless anti-eco for Velocity.
A beautiful round for them and an operator for the side of Antidote. Here is where the pain is about to start. He has that operator. He's on the side of defense and GE. They need to force him off the angles, whichever angle this deadly operator is about to hold.
Yeah, the operator coming out from Antidote really interesting though for me, because the rest of the team, they're going to continue on to the buys, and I would expect after a flawless round for Velocity that they continue with their buys, because it's basically a free round. If you lose that round, you just go into the next with your buys, but the fact that they're committing to this operator shows a great deal of confidence, and if GE can break this, it would be humongous for Velocity, for Global Esports, because then it would be 5,000 credits just wasted for Velocity Gaming. Now GE, very interesting approach, trying to hold on to their angles, expecting the aggressive push, but still denied. It's Excalibur with the first and Antidote with another, but a clean headshot from Lightning fast and trying to find the wall bang. Love find it inside Amaterasu with the push.
Standing.
And SK Rossi with another. Aggressive these rounds, they're so fast, but it's Velocity in the lead.
The way that Velocity just controls the entire map is absolutely incredible. We need to break this down once again as we're watching down in the instant replay. First of all, it's going to be Excali pushing down straight into mid, and Antidote, he gets that first initial kill off. He knows for a fact that there's no one pushing through from the side of A top. There's no one pushing through A short. Hellfighter can take an easy peek from the side of A short while Excali is just pushing it down into mid lane, gets that first initial kill, sets up his Roomba, knowing for the fact that Antidote's gonna have his back no matter what to save him if he does get flashed out. Antidote's gonna be going in for the pop, and then immediately we see a fast rush coming out from the two members of the side of B as well, and it's gonna be the entirety of GE getting pinched from all angles and lightning fast. Yes, he's gonna be able to get that one kill, but with all of these crossfires set up from the side of VLT, what can you do even in these type of scenarios?
I think GE, I would like to see them stop. Try to be a little bit more proactive, because that's the advantage of the Killjoy as well. Using the turret on attack as a peeking tool to cause a distraction for your opponents and then pick up the advantage. GE, it feels like they're stepping back
Last
a little,
player
allowing
standing.
Velocity to take control the way they are in this round. A flawless round. Like for me, Velocity's approach, whenever I've seen them play this triple duelist composition, on defense especially, is to push in on their angles. Try to take A main control and B main control. And GE, they need to start expecting this and trying to punish it, because otherwise, now 11-5 for Velocity Gaming. They're looking for their spot in the grand finals, looking to close off this series right here, right now. 2 more rounds of Velocity. But having said that, that was the eco for Global. So this is the round they're gonna have to fight back, because then they need to make sure to do so, because looking at that bank aggressive, if they lose this round, not only is it match point for VLT, but eco broken for Global.
This is gonna be pretty hurtful to watch if GE are not able to win out this round. But they need to go in fast and they need to go in hard. It seems as though GE, they're being indecisive. They don't know what exactly to do in this situation, but it's gonna be Excali with the showstopper going in for the plays. He's not gonna be able to make it connect, but Rossi connects the headshot instead. The ultimate is gonna be popped out from the side of the attack as well, and the B side is gonna be stormed into soon enough. Excali makes his way out, but Antidote, he gets that first initial pick on the
player
lightning pass,
standing.
and right away he's coming in from the sideline straight, gets 2 more kills, gets 1 on the Kappa, 1 on the skills, and Elrage is the last member remaining. They tried to go in for a side execute, but there's too many angles to consider, too many angles to hold, and right away with a sneaky peeky plays. Gets so much value, and Hellranger, he doesn't know what's awaiting for him down in market. 3 angry members from the side of VLT, they're gonna be holding it all down. Every single angle is covered, and there is not much
30
that he
seconds
can
left.
do. With only 30 seconds left on the clock, he needs to take this peak. But Excali, he does spot him out with the peak coming out with the spray. Hellfighter does find him. And it's gonna be match point for the side of VLT as they're looking to close
Match
out this
point.
map and this set.
That round is a key indication of where I think the entire crux lies for GE. I really like the execution, using that Killjoy ultimate to completely deny B side. But what you also need to do is throw out a grenade towards the CT angle or throw out a molly, because that's the only position the defenders can go to when you have the Killjoy ultimate. The CT is where the attackers do end up grouping, or towards the market. And the fact that you have both a Phoenix and a Raze, that's what I would have liked to see different from GE there. Now, this is the clutch moment. They need to try and pull it out. They've gone for the buys, and they have them ready. GE, once again, going for a fast side execute. This time onto A. It's going to be them looking for the push, but instead get delayed by the Hellfighter, throwing out the Paranoia. He will get baited out by the Swarm Grenade, though, and GE able to get the good trade for themselves. Skills and SK Rossi with a kill each. Now, GE with the man advantage, looking for that A side. Will take down the operator as well. GE fighting, and GE fighting strong.
Like GE fighting in the chat, just GE, they're pulling up their fighting spirits, but how much will this help is the real question. Amaterasu now going down in this 1 versus 4 situation. Will he be able to get a kill is the real question and get out in this type of scenario. He has a lot of money to work with, so he's going to be going in for the try instead, that is for sure. And with the alarm bot spotting him out in this situation, they know exactly where he's gonna be at. Marasu checking his corners, does spot out lightning fast. He's trying to go in for this peak. He's not gonna be doing much whatsoever, going in for the Jeagle, and then the wide swing is gonna be lightning fast. But still, see, this round is all but over because I do not believe that Marasu is gonna be able to get this. But let's talk about what exactly happened in this round. This aggressive 3-man push coming up from the side of short just completely took VLT off guard.
I think the really important part of the aggressive push, you're going to see it right here, is that triple peek down at the garden entry through catwalk, making sure it's a triple peek, meaning that even if one of them does go down, the other two able to get the trades, and those trades come in so key because they get the territory control with those trades and use that to gain the site control. That's what I want to see from GE if they're going for the fast side execute. If you don't want a triple peek, what you can do is use that turret to set up basically a half person to peek with the turret, giving you information and then going for the peak. That sort of execution is what is possible for GE, and the fact that they're doing it shows hope that they might do it again. Now the run it back used for global esports, they're trying to push into the mid side and just cause a bait as they try to commit to A. The spike though is nowhere near them. This is all just for noise and havoc, trying to get the picks, but now you can see right to Ace holding down Garden. He'll pick up a double, and Excali with the flank. Velocity looking for series point.
They're looking for it, and they're probably gonna be able to get it as well. Hellfighter gets that reverse kill on the skills, and there's only 2 more members left. Will they be able to hold strong is a real question, but that spike is gonna be right into the awaiting hands of Excali. There's 1 more member remaining. It's gonna be Hellranger. But there's the boogeyman waiting on the other side of the smoke. It's gonna be the Omen just holding down the line. But with this operator peek from the side of Antidote, there is nowhere to run and there is nowhere to hide. VLT, they hunt the last member down and take it all away. And map win for their side. The send goes in their favor. And now VLT is gonna be moving forward into the grand finals.
I think the idea of the entire story coming all around is so beautiful, because I remember back in Series 1, everybody playing that Sage. It was VLT who really brought the no Sage lineup to Haven and started innovating. Today, once again, it's VLT bringing that new composition, continuously innovating, showing the way to the other teams, trying to set the stage and be the very best. Velocity Gaming, they're always a step ahead, and being that step ahead, they're the ones who pick up this win today and make their way to the grand finals. Now, Global, they're not a team to count out, so I'm sure they'll be back with a bang because their journey not over yet. They're instead going to go down to the decided finals, set a date with Godlike. I think aggressive for once, like the compositions being so different, we actually have a ton of analysis to do. So we'll quickly go to the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors. Perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, aggressive, let's go to the Killjoy first because we saw the Killjoy in both the maps on both the sides, right? I think the Killjoy in this particular game, in map 1, it was try to deny the breach, the utility, try to deny the rush strats with that solo duelist composition. But in game 2, what I found really interesting was that I was not really expecting Global Esports to pull out the Killjoy. The fact that other teams are doing it as well, it gives me hope for other teams to try to innovate on their own, try to bring their own meta rather than conforming to the meta. And as I've always said, comfort is always greater than meta, and that's what I'm going to look for in the future.
I completely agree with you on that. And Comfort is where Velocity were playing. They are so versatile when it comes to their composition playstyles. Because look at it like this. Antidote, he was well known for the Sage as well as his Jet on his previous games. And in map number 1, in the map of Bind, he played the duelist Sage role so beautifully, using his wall to go in for off-angle fleeks, using his wall to completely block off sightlines and all other entry points. They were able to play a lot of the mind games against the side of Global Esports because these type of composition, the triple duelist, the Sage comp, these are not compositions that we normally see, not compositions that we would normally scrim against other teams. They will always play the standard composition, being the Raze, being the Jet, and you know, it's just normal. Not really anything different. In Velocity, they're pulling the 1-ups just by playing like with compositions. They're going in for counter strats. They know their opponents. They know exactly what they love to play. Sorry, they know exactly what they love to do, and they're drafting in a different way. And Valorant, this just goes to show where the skill cap of Valorant actually is. The skill ceiling, sorry, of where Valorant is gonna be at one point. You need to think about your drafts as well as comfort. And Velocity, they're able to get that 1-up against the side of Global Esports just because of their drafts, I do believe.
Yeah, definitely. I think for GE though, the fact that they adapted, we've only seen them play the solo duelist composition throughout Series 5. The fact that they pulled out the double duelist skills, he looked on fire with that Phoenix. It really does show that they have strats in their bag as well. It's just a matter of getting confident with them, finding the right practice, and I'm sure they'll be back stronger than ever. Global Esports, they're going to be going down to the lower bracket decider finals, set their date against Godlike Esports, and that's going to be a hell of a match. Now, this was the end of today, but with finals day coming tomorrow, Christmas is going to be coming one day early, y'all, because tomorrow we're going to set up for an amazing set of matches. First, Godlike Esports versus Global, and then the winner of that will make their way to the grand finals to face Velocity. You know what's the most exciting part about the entire day for me? We get to see Icebox. Like, we get to see Icebox in the grand finals.
I forgot.
So let's go. If you want to be there, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're there on time. You don't want to miss anything of that out. We also have some amazing set of shows planned for you for it. So the entire day, just get some snacks ready, just buckle in because it's going to be a hell of an exciting day. Now, make sure you check out the links in the description below for some amazing discounts. Give yourself a chance to buy you or any of your friends some Christmas gifts with the amazing discounts that we have set up for you. Follow us on the social media. If you're curious at all about what tournaments lie next by the Esports Club. This was CA. I was joined by Aggressive today, and we had Apollonia hosting Game 1, and I'm sure all three of us had a bang with this series. We'll see you tomorrow with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
Time every day goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby. I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young, I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't